this Monday morning, January 22nd. Good morning, Casey Keller. Thanks for being here. I know we missed last week on Friday. Sorry about that. But travel and everything else, airplanes and everything else just didn't happen. Connections and driving and that kind of thing. So sorry about that for last week, missed Friday, but we're back. We're moving on with Live at 7:55 for this Monday. Today's topic is going to be on ego and why I think it's important that you manage that as best you possibly can. I kind of ranted about this good morning, Wes. Good morning, Frank. I kind of ranted about this past Tuesday, I believe it was, in the NFL, and kind of the same thing here, but a little slightly different. Good morning, Tom Heath. And we talked about how, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they hold when, we're going to go to the Super Bowl, we're going to win that, kind of thing. The reality is you have to actually check your ego. And just because some client has said you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, good morning, Chris Johnson. Just because, you're top dog in your market, maybe you charge the most, maybe you think you have the best performance, maybe you think you have the best lighting, the best talent, whatever it might be, that's all fine and dandy. But you can't go into a meeting, you can't go into a setting, a networking opportunity thinking that, well, yeah, they're going to hire me. Why wouldn't they? I'm the greatest. It's not the case. And you have to keep your own ego in check. Even, last night, for example, Tom Brady made the statement about, kind of a analogy of his game that he had with the injury with Tiger Woods, and how, he wouldn't say you won with a C+ performance, right? That kind of is humility speaking there from that standpoint, saying that, well, that would be foolish of me to say that because that's not, I need to respect my opponent. You have to respect your opponent. You can't be talking trash. You can't be, thinking, oh, I got this in the bag. In other words, you can't let your own ego take over and shortcut your process. I've chatted about this in the past too. Good morning, Jim Collins. Shortcutting your process is probably the biggest mistake you can make in the sales process. And you have to take each step as it comes, or you can have a process and move from 1 to 4 to 2 to 3 to 5, or 3 to 2 to 5, whatever the case is. But you have to still follow steps depending on where the client takes you. You can't just willy-nilly yourself all the way, in from that manner. So be humbled. Realize that you're not the best choice for everyone. And have a grounded network. A lot of us, we get that rock star syndrome, if you will. We're out on the weekends, everyone's partying with us, everyone thinks, oh, you're the greatest, yada, yada, yada. The reality is that you need to be humbled from a standpoint of, hey, when I come home, I take out the trash, I help with the stuff around the house, I do dishes, I cook, those kind of things. So I want to make sure that you stay humbled as well in regards to who you are, have a strong connection to the people that matter most in your life, and you keep your ego in check that way as well. So again, things I would look for. Ego is something that you have to manage. You can't go into every single situation thinking you're the guy or the gal for that person. And humble yourself to know that your opponent is worthy. If you will, if you're talking about sports here or talking about your client, they have lots of options, which we'll cover that probably a little bit tomorrow as well on our session on entitlement. And that's something that's important to think about as well. And then finally, keep a grounded network is what I'd suggest to help keep the ego in check. Because again, many times we're told that, oh, you're the greatest, you're the awesome, you're, well, yeah. I mean, I appreciate those nice sentiments, those words, but the reality is that's not what's going to matter. It's going to matter that you put in the time with family or with kids or with your spouse. That's what's going to matter. So, and I haven't always been best at that, self-admittedly, but you got to try to get better. So humble your ego That would be my comments for today for Live at 7:55. Thanks so much for watching. Greatly appreciate your viewership. We'll be back here tomorrow with Chris Romero. We have DJ Industry Secrets tomorrow with Chris Romero. Entitlement will be later in the week. Sorry, I misspoke there a little bit earlier. So tomorrow is DJ Industry Secrets with Chris Romero. Looking forward to our session with him, as Chris is back after his hiatus last week since I was on the road. And looking forward to chatting with you all again tomorrow for Live at 7:55. See you tomorrow.